My twin sister and I are polar opposites. She's outgoing while I'm quiet. When she shows interest in the alpha, I feel a surge of jealousy and insecurity. Am I really so weak that even my sister competes for the alpha's attention? Chapter 1. Alpha Kyle Hart, the imposing leader of the Blue Shore Pack, stands in our living room, his presence filling the space with an aura of power. His piercing gaze sweeps over us, taking in our scents as he listens to my father's words. The alpha's face remains impassive, his lips set in a firm line, rarely parting to speak. When he does, his deep voice reverberates through my chest, a reminder of his unparalleled strength. As the largest pack in North America, the Blue Shore Pack is led by the formidable Alpha Hart, whose reputation precedes him. Undefeated and seldom challenged, his greeting of new pack members is not unusual, though it feels momentous. Our family has just moved into this upper, middle-class community, our new home backing onto miles of dents forestoned by the Alpha himself. My mother, her striking features composed, gently guides us to the sofa, where we're to wait until addressed. I steal furtive glances at Alpha Hart from beneath my lashes, marveling at his sheer size. Burly seems an inadequate description for his towering frame, easily surpassing 6.5 feet, from my diminutive 5-foot stature. He appears almost mythical in proportion. His broad shoulders ripple with corded muscles, every inch of him a testament to raw power and perfection. Instead of feeling protected, as many might, I find myself terrified, acutely aware that this man could end my life effortlessly. I turn to my twin sister, Elisa, my eyes wide with apprehension. To my surprise, her expression reflects intrigue and infatuation rather than fear. I grimace, silently communicating my disbelief at her reaction, to which she merely shrugs. As fraternal twins, Elisa and I couldn't be more different. She embodies all the traits I lack: long legs, perfectly curled brown hair, and deep brown eyes that mirror our mother's striking appearance. In stark contrast, I'm petite with straight waist, length hair so blonde it's almost white. My only source of pride is my violet eyes, a cherished inheritance from my late grandfather. Whenever I catch my reflection, I'm reminded of him, the most amazing man I've ever known. His passing in his sleep last year left a void in my world, and now my eyes serve as both a comfort and a bittersweet reminder of his absence. I hear my name being called and glance up. I'm aware instantly that they must have said my name more than once because my dad looks annoyed. Sorry, I was thinking about Granddad, I explain, knowing my dad expects an explanation. I zone out a lot and it always irritates him. This is Emily. She and Elisa are twins. Stand up and address your alpha. Dad orders. Simply, I stand up and bow my head in a sign of submission and obedience, but most of all respect. Alpha Hart. I then realize that Elisa was already introduced because she's standing by Mom. Look up, Alpha demands, and my head snaps up. His eyes narrow on my face, I can feel it. Even as I avert mine, to avoid eye contact, I feel the tension in the room intensify. He nods to my parents and walks out of the house without saying another word. What is wrong with you? You can't together for 15 minutes. Dad hisses. Chill out. Dad, you didn't care. Elisa states, defending me as always. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeline Nobel. Thoughts out thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Again and finally my father relaxes. You need to try harder to be part of the present. It looks bad and reflects negatively on us. I nod and excuse myself. Wanting to be alone, I go upstairs to my bedroom. I close the door and walk to my desk. I know, I'm not normal. I am easily distracted and rather be alone than in a group of people. I wish I could be more like Elisa. She's outspoken and makes friends easily. Everyone loves her. There's a knock on my bedroom door. Come in. I call out. Hey, let's go for a run. Elisa suggests, wanting to cheer me up. No, I'll stay here. I reply. Please. Elisa begs and I cave instantly. Once Elisa starts to beg, she won't stop until she gets her way. Okay, but not too far. I don't want to be late for dinner after that screw up with the alpha. I shake my head. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilben, heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. I don't want to be yelled at anymore. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilben, heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Let's go. She agrees, putting me off the bed. I walk behind her to the edge of the woods. Just as I'm about to take my clothes off, a figure steps in front of me. I feel his authority and automatically lower my head. You're not allowed in the woods without supervision and clearance. Unapologetically, I'm here with my sister. Wondering why I'm singled out. You'll need Alpha or me with you at all times. I will also need notice. So the woods are cleared. What? Cleared. Confused. Cleared of other wolves. He informs me, like that gives me any clarification. I can't run with anyone but you or the Alpha. Not even my sister. I question, in disbelief. No, only us. He replies, simply, I know I'm not supposed to ask questions. So I wait, thinking maybe he'd explain. But he doesn't. Elisa comes towards us, having heard the conversation. Why, that doesn't make any sense. Upset Alpha's orders. Gruffly, not having an option, I turn to go home. He watches me, making sure I don't disobey. Once inside, we find my parents and tell them about the incident in the woods. My father seems to think it's all my fault. It's how you were acting. The Alpha is probably suspicious of you, or wants to punish you for your insolence. He argues. At dinner, I stare at my plate as my dad lists all the things wrong with me and how I need to make more of an effort to be like Elisa. She rolls her eyes while my dad rants. When she starts to mimic him, my mom and I suppress our giggles as best as we can. After dinner, I'm excused to go to bed. Tomorrow we have school, which I'm not excited about. I know it won't be too bad having Elisa there, but I hate having to lean on her when she's trying to make new friends. My alarm clock goes off at 7 a.m. and I get out of bed to take a shower. I knock on the bathroom door and peek in. Elisa is brushing her teeth. I walk in, offer a quick good morning, and get in the shower. Once I'm done, I leave Elisa in the bathroom applying her makeup and get dressed in my bedroom. I choose a long, simple dark green dress with brown sandals. I brush my hair and let it air dry. I take a bobby pin and pin back the front layer on each side of my part. This is what my father calls my hippie look. I call it my look. Walking to the mirror above my dresser, I apply mascara and lip gloss and go to the kitchen. I pour a bowl of Cheerios and eat quickly. Elisa comes down as I'm going back up to brush my teeth. Meet me outside. We're going to be late, she warns. 2 minutes. Running to the bathroom, I brush my teeth and grab my bag from the floor, sprinting at the back door to our lime green Beetle. We do share a car, but Elisa claims it's hers, so she drives everywhere. I rarely ever go anywhere unless it's to work. Even then, I usually take my mom's car. We arrive 10 minutes before the first bell. The school we are attending is a year-round private school. Private as in only werewolves are accepted. I wait for Elisa, who is smiling and waving to everyone she passes. I chuckle and turn back to the door, taking a step. I hit something hard. No, I hit him. Sorry. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilben, heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. I apologize. Immediately. This is your schedule. I take the papers he's holding out and he walks away. To his departing back, I look over the papers. Math, lunch, gym, ethics, and biology. I didn't get art history or wood shop, which are the 2 classes I really wanted. What's that? Elisa asks, coming up behind me. My schedule. You already got yours. Yeah. Alpha Heart gave it to me. I explain. Well, let's go get mine and compare. She skips ahead. I follow her to the office and we wait for the front office worker to get her papers. I hand her mine and she compares them. We don't have anything together. Even our lockers are at opposite ends of the building. You're joking. Let me see that. I grabbed the schedules and sure enough we have nothing together. Elisa even got art history and wood shop. You got the 2 electives I wanted. This sucks. Excuse me, Mrs. Leach, is there any way we can switch classes? No, dear, she replies, turning to the people behind her. I sigh and we leave. See you at the end of school. Feeling down? Yep, hang in there. Make friends. She orders and hugs me. I smile and walk to my locker, which is the last one in a deserted hallway. After using the combination to make sure it works, I go to my first class. To my agent extraordinaire, Webnovel. Heartfelt thanks for your unfading patience, enthusiasm. As soon as I walk in the room, I notice everyone gets quiet. It's almost like they're avoiding looking at me. I don't know whether to be grateful or offended. Class starts and we get our books and go over the first lesson. When bell rings signaling the end of class, the halls get very crowded. Yet people go out of their way to walk around me or stop altogether to let me pass. The whole day is like this. No one talks to me or touches me. Even my gym teacher, Mrs. Rubbo, makes sure not to brush my fingers with hers when she hands me my gym uniform. The last bell rings and I rush to the parking lot, feeling irritated and confused. I lean against our car waiting for Elisa. I don't understand this place. I made one bad impression with the alpha and singled out as a freak. I feel like crying. I know my dad will find out about this and complain about how humiliating I am. I'm lost in thought trying to figure out how to make it better when I hear Elisa scream. Earth 2. Emily. What? Snapping out of it, how was your first day? I can see by her face she knows all about my first day. How about you? Don't give me that crap. I know what he did. She grumbles. Unhappily, I shrug like it's no big deal and get in the car. What exactly did he tell everyone? No one will talk, look at, or touch me. It's like I have the plague. I complain. From what I heard, he warned everyone to stay away from you. He didn't give a reason. Maybe he likes you, she says, wiggling her eyebrows suggestively. He's so hot all the girls want him. He hasn't chosen yet. I huff. If he liked me, he wouldn't want people treating me like I was diseased. No, this is punishment. Did I really make that bad of an impression? I didn't think so. But yeah, I guess you're right. He won't even let you run with the rest of the pack. He's singling you out and it doesn't look good, she admits, sympathetically, starting the car. We both roll down our windows and keep talking. Maybe I should talk to him. What do you think? I ask you. You should. This is what we'll do. We'll dress you up nice and pretty and you can go to his office and you can get on your knees and beg him to take your virginity as a penance for your behavior. Spanking included. I'm not going to ask the alpha to spank me. Get out of the car. I hear the deep rumble of his voice interrupt. I jump and Elisa gives a small shout. Oh shit. Tell me he didn't hear that. My eyes go wide and I look at Elisa stunned. We were just leaving. Elisa replies, looking just as startled as I am. He opens my door. I glance at Elisa, knowing there's nothing she can do, and shrug. I get out, leaving my book back, careful not to touch him. I don't want to make him even angrier. Follow me. To my agent extraordinaire, Webnovel. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Walking to a big black truck with huge tires. He opens the passenger side door and picks me up by my waist and places me on the seat. He slams the door shut and walks to the driver's side. I feel my nervousness spike as I watch him get in. The flexing of his arm muscles as he turns the key and grips the wheel makes me sit at full alert. We drive for about a minute before he speaks. Did anyone speak to you? Hit on you? He questions, his voice rumbling through the truck now. I answer, truthfully. Did anyone look at you? No, touch you? No, look, I'm really sorry about yesterday. I didn't mean to zone out. I can't seem to control it. I explain, a little defensively. He replies, automatically. And we were joking about that whole spanking thing. I explain. I know he's watching me, but I keep my eyes averted, looking out the window. I don't want to get into any more trouble with him, and eye contact is a big no. No. What are you talking about? Pulling up to my house. Earlier at school, Elisa was joking about the whole thing with the virginity and spanking. She was just trying to make me feel better. I glanced at him quickly. His face is passive, controlled and completely blank. I can't tell what he's thinking, and he's not talking. Do I get out of the truck or wait to be dismissed? Why would she have to make you feel better? About today and my punishment? I answer, looking at my hands. Punishment. His voice getting dangerously low. I nod. But yesterday, she was there when you restricted me from running with the rest of the pack. Then today, she heard you told everyone to avoid me. He continues to stare at me, making me uncomfortable. Where does the spanking come in? Seriously, his voice level and deep. I turn to him, confused, trying to read him to see if he's lying about hearing us and is teasing me. But I get nothing. I look away from his icy blue eyes and back to my lap, knowing he's waiting for me to answer Art. Oh, she thought it'd be funny to tell me to go to your office and let you. Well, you know, and ask for spanking. She was completely joking. I was going to come to your office and apologize for yesterday. If I offended you in any way, I'm really sorry. I babble, feeling my cheeks flush. I told you not to worry about yesterday. He reminds me, his voice getting a little deeper. Yes, Alpha. I reply, automatically. You're not running with the pack because you need protection with you. You're smaller than any wolf I'd ever seen. If another wolf tried something with you, you'd be useless to fight them off. I nod. It doesn't explain why he won't let anyone talk to me. I'll let the others talk to you. But the running stands. Thank you. Relieved. He doesn't respond, and I start to fidget. He's so off, put in. He's like a block of ice. I can't read his face or voice. Both lack emotion and any clues to what he thinks and feels. Finally, he gets out and walks to my side of the truck. He opens the door and lifts me up. Startled, I put my hands on his shoulders and look at his hard, angular face. I notice a scar trailing from his temple to his jaw and up under his chin. I think it makes him look darker, more sinister, with the scar. I don't think I'll ever see a scarier person in my life. My feet hit the ground and I back away from him. I feel his eyes narrow on me as the front door of my house opens. I look behind me and see Elisa in her sexy outfit. This is the outfit she uses to get what she wants. I can't help but smile. I have the best sister in the world. Strutting in her short cutoffs and white tank, topped with a black bra. She comes towards us. Elsa Hart, can I speak with you for a minute? Playing with her hair now? He replies, simply. My eyes snap to his and I want to back up even more. You're afraid of me, he observes. Do I answer him? I don't think it was a question. Look at me, he commands. He steps forward, cupping my chin and lifting it so I am staring directly into his face. You don't have to fear me. Yes, Alpha. I squeak out, feeling my body tremble. How can I not fear him? He's terrifying. I know he can feel my reaction to him because his eyes get even colder. I stutter. He drops my chin and growls as he walks away. He gets in his truck and leaves. I look back at Elisa, who is looking at the departing truck wistfully. I still can't believe she's attracted to him. He was a jerk to her 2 minutes ago. Not to mention all he's done to me. Chapter 2. Thanks for trying. Looking at Elisa, I think he's a problem with the whole family now. What did he say in the truck? She inquires, curiously. Nothing. All he said is he was going to lift the no-speaking order, but that I still couldn't run with the pack. He thinks I'm too small. Then he dropped me off and you were here for the rest. I answer, getting frustrated with myself. I did it again. I made him mad. Well, he definitely doesn't want you afraid of him. Maybe he sees that you're the weak. She stops stalking and turns to me. I see she's sorry, but it still hurts. I'm the weak link in his pack. That's what you were going to say, right? I feel the tears. but blink them away. I was just thinking it out loud. We could be wrong. Who cares what he says anyway? She states, waving her hands. No, you're right. I'm sure that's why he's being so rude. Please, don't tell Dad. I won't, she responds, offended that I'd think she would. As she throws her arm around me, let's go eat something. I think there's leftover lasagna, she sings. You had me at eat. That's the sister I know and love. We eat our snack and I'm itching to run, but I know I'm not allowed. How am I supposed to schedule a run? It's not like he gave me a phone number to call. I hear Elisa on the phone talking to one of her new friends. I sneak down the stairs quietly and out the front door. I walk down the road hoping to burn off some energy. I don't want to risk seeing the alpha. The park is close to his house, but that's where I want to go. I pick up my speed and turn off onto the trail as quickly as possible to avoid being seen from the street. Hidden by some trees is a meadow full of play equipment and picnic tables. I see a large tree that would be perfect for reading under. If only I would have thought to bring a book. I walk to the tree and sit down. There are a few kids playing on the slide, and I can't help but smile at their antics. I decide to lie down and watch the sun through the leaves. I'm starting to wish we never moved here. Not that I had any reason to stay in Oregon. Even in Everton, I didn't make friends easily. Still, Alpha Reese was always nice to me and never made me feel like this found her. I hear someone shout and I sit up disoriented, noticing it's dark out. Shit, I'm in so much trouble. I see the man who yelled coming closer. It's the guy from the woods. I'm sure he's the beta, I just can't remember his name. I stand up and brush myself off. I couldn't have been asleep for that long. I hear a loud snap and the birds take flight, letting me know someone is coming our way. I look at the guy next to me, but he keeps his eyes on the woods. Whatever is coming towards us is snapping trees and scaring the wildlife. Seconds later, a very angry alpha exits the forest. I keep my head down, not only to show I submit, but also because Alpha Heart is completely naked. His footsteps as he comes closer makes me want to pee my pants. Literally. Why didn't I go to the bathroom before I left? I feel my hands shake and link them together. I don't want to show my fear. He doesn't like that. You've been here. Stopping in front on me. Yes. She was sleeping. The beta explains for me. Leave. I turn around, but his large hand on my shoulder stops me. Not you. I nod and turn back around, keeping my eyes on the ground. I shift on my feet, really needing to pee. Are you nervous? Yes, and I have to go to the bathroom really bad. Still bouncing from foot to foot. Come with me. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilben. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Walking away, I follow his shadow but end up tripping on a rock. I fall forward, trying to catch myself. My hands connect with his flesh. I squeak and pull them back, falling to the ground. My elbow hits a sharp rock and I know the second it breaks skin. I cover it with my hand, trying to stop the bleeding. Alpha picks me up in his arms and starts walking again, not saying a word. I stay quiet as well. I see his house come into view. It's a beautiful two-story brick manor with white columns and portico. It's elegant, simple but makes a statement. I try focusing on anything other than the fact that I'm bleeding. I have to pee and I'm being carried by a naked man whose butt I accidentally touched. Elisa is going to laugh for hours after I tell her about this. He easily maneuvers me so he can open the door and walks into the dimly lit house. I find my voice. I can walk. Ignoring me, he continues until we reach a bedroom and bend to the adjoining bathroom. He drops my legs and I stand. He leaves, shutting the door quietly behind him. I don't waste a second. I relieve myself and wash my hands. I look at the cut above my elbow and see it's only bleeding lightly now. It'll be fine until I get home. Before I can leave, the bathroom door opens and Alpha comes in, wearing basketball shorts, riding low on his hips and no shirt. He puts the lid of the toilet down and moves me over, pointing to the toilet. See the orders. I sit and watch him take out alcohol, cotton swabs, a white bandage and tape. He wets the cotton with the alcohol and comes towards me. Oh, This is going to hurt. He lifts my arm and wipes the cut lightly. I can't stop the hiss that comes from my mouth feeling the sting. He stops and looks at me. It needs to be cleaned. I nod and he continues to clean the cut. When he's done, he wraps the white bandage around my arm and tapes it. Thank you. He steps back and I stand up. I'll take you home. Opening the door so I can pass. I walk ahead of him and into the bedroom. I can call Elisa too, I said. I'll take you home. Cutting me off. Yes, Alpha, I reply. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilban. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. I can't help but look up at him. His eyes are on me. He wants me to call him. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilban. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. My confusion must be obvious because he clarifies. Call me. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilban. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Too surprised, I don't respond. Just start walking. I'm about to open the front door, but he opens it for me. I mutter a thank you and go to his truck. He opens the door and picks me up by my waist. Same as before, and sets me in the seat. When we arrive at my house, I see the lights are on and know I'm about to be in trouble for the 100th time since we've been here. I open the door. Don't get out, he calmly orders. I sit and watch him come to my side, and he lifts me out. So now I can't even get out of a truck by myself. Great. The front door opens and my father steps onto the porch. Emily, stop wasting the Alpha's time and get inside. Immediately, I start to go inside when Alpha's gruff voice shocks me. Go inside. Mr. Robinson. My father nods and turns, going back inside. Is he rough with you? He doesn't hit me. I answer, evasively. I feel him beside me. Come. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilban. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Striding to the house. I follow and he opens the door, holding it open. I walk in and I feel his presence behind me. My father is pacing on the carpet and stops when we walk in. Go to your room. Emily, I was expecting worse. So getting sent to the sanctuary of my room is a blessing. She needs to eat. Alpha responds. Elisa, make her a plate and take it to her. Dad orders. Thank you. ALP Kyle. I correct myself in time and climb the stairs to my room. I am just about to enter my room when I hear Alpha say to my dad, we need to talk. I close my door, not hearing anything more than muffled voices. I wait for Elisa to come with my plate of food. When she does, she's smiling from ear to ear. What happened? She whispers. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilban. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Promise you won't laugh too hard. I whine no. Now, spill. She demands. Already laughing. I went for a walk and fell asleep under a tree in the park. When I woke up, the beta was yelling that he found me. Beta Holden. Elisa's supplies, and I continue, yeah. He found me. Then I hear what sounded like the forest literally being demolished, and Alpha Heart comes out completely naked and terrifying. It was that big. She asks in awe. Don't be gross. So he walks up to us and Beta Holden explains that I fell asleep. He tells Beta Holden to leave and for me to follow him. I accidentally trip. Okay. This is that part you can't laugh at me 4 hours and make fun of me for the rest of my life. Tell me. She chuckles. Already amused. I tripped and accidentally touched his butt. I cringe and she throws head back, laughing hysterically. I wait until she calms down before I continue. Then what? Breathlessly. Well, I pulled my hands away so fast I couldn't brace myself. I hit the ground and cut my elbow on a rock. He picked me up and carried me to his house. He let me pee, then cleaned my cut and brought me home. That's it. He let you pee and cleaned your cut. Smirking, I nod. How romantic. She replies, sarcastically. I didn't say it was romantic, I said it was going to make you laugh. It was so embarrassing. I tell her. She huffs. I thought it was going to be juicy when he told Dad to go back inside. Oh no, he just wanted to know if Dad was rough with me. I explain. Bummer. Well, eat and go to bed. I want to leave early for school tomorrow. All right. Good night. As she leaves the room. Tomorrow school shouldn't be too bad. At least, I won't be the girl to avoid. Maybe I will meet a friend. Just one would be nice. The next day you didn't eat last night. I hear Ralph's voice say. And I sit up in bed. I blink, brushing the hair out of my eyes. How you didn't eat your dinner? Pointing to the plate of food on my desk, I fell asleep. I confess. Get dressed and get to the kitchen. You need to eat. Oh, for heart. I hear Elisa say from her door. He doesn't even turn to acknowledge her. I stand up and walk to my closet, shutting the door. I put on dark skinny jeans, a white V-neck and black flip-flops. I open the door and see he hasn't moved and is waiting for me. Grabbing my mascara and lip gloss, I stand in front of him and all he does is look at me. Can I use the bathroom? Pointing behind him, he moved to the side to let me pass. I barely fit without brushing against him. I open the bathroom door and shut it quickly. I put on my mascara, which I never go without. Having such light hair, my eyelashes match, making it impossible to look normal without it. I brush my teeth and put my hair in a high ponytail and shove my lip gloss in my pocket. Leaving the bathroom, I keep my eyes down and see that he's still standing in my doorway. I walk down the stairs and go to the kitchen. I hear and smell my mom cooking eggs and bacon. My mom never cooks us breakfast. Must be for Alf, Kyle. I have to remember to call him that. Good morning. How do you want your eggs? Mom asks me. Don't worry about me. I'll just have cereal. Elisa wants to leave early today. You'll eat the eggs. I'll drive you to school. I hear behind me. I guess scrambled. I answer my mom and she turns back to the stove. Sitting at the table, I watch as Kyle joins me just as Dad walks into the room. Good morning. Good morning. I reply, cautiously. What the hell is going on around here? This is all for show, obviously. Mom cooking at the stove and Dad welcoming me in the morning. I almost want to laugh. Elisa comes bouncing into the room happily and sits on the other side of Kyle. I can't help but giggle when she bites her lip, sticks out her chest and winks at me, letting me know what she's doing. She is determined to get on his good side and hates being ignored. How are you? Alpha Heart, Elisa asks. He answers. Mom sets a plate of eggs, bacon and toast in front of him. He picks it up and puts in front of me. He orders, handing me a fork. I'm starting to get irritated. I might be a small wolf and weak in his eyes, but I don't need him to watch me this closely. I eat quietly, listening to Elisa tell Mom and Dad about the kids at school and the club she's going to join. I know Kyle is watching me the entire time, so I make sure to clear my plate. Are you ready to leave? I ask Elisa. I'm taking you. Go get your bag. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeline Nilben. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Doing what he commands, I climb the stairs to my room. I feel like screaming. I take a deep breath, grab my bag from the floor and walk to the front door. Kai is there holding it open with his body. Does he have to do that? I can barely fit past him. He follows behind me, knowing he'll open the door and lift me up like all the times before. He places me in the seat and I sit back, wondering how I can assure him I don't need this kind of treatment. Chapter 3. I can't think of a way to ease Kyle's mind about my apparent weakness. When he pulls up to the school, I wait to be dismissed. You will contact me immediately asked in any way. If any males act or say anything to you that I would deem inappropriate, remember their name and what they look like. He doesn't wait for a reply. He opens the door and comes to my side to lift me out. When I'm standing in front of him, he doesn't say anything, just walks back to his side of the truck and leaves. I start up the steps of the school. I see people looking at me today, and I instantly wish it was yesterday. I keep my head down and walk to my first class. I'm the only person here, so I pick a desk in the back corner and look out the window. Hello. Beautiful. I hear from beside me and look at a guy my age with wide shoulders and 3 of his smirking friends. Hi, you're Emily. I'm Adam. This is Gio. Luke and Jeremy. He points to each of his friends in turn. Nice to meet you. I reply. He sits down next to me. There are a lot of rumors going around about you and Alphaheart. I look at him interested. Rumors? Yeah. Your sister said you disrespected him and he ordered everyone to stay away from you as punishment. And he won't let you run with anyone. That you're viewed as too weak. Not at all sorry for his honesty. That's true. But I apologized. Why did he bring you to school? I shrug. Alisa was still eating breakfast when I wanted to leave, so he dropped me off. I answer, getting attention from all the girls. For some reason they're all glaring at me. Don't worry, I got your back. Some of the girls in this school will be out for your blood. He whispers. Shocked, I look at him. Why, well, because you got extra attention from the alpha. I roll my eyes. Like I can help the fact he views me as the weak link in his pack. He treats me like I'm going to break. He chuckles and a girl in the front of the class turns towards me. You make the whole pack look bad. I don't know why he's letting you stay. I heard he wants to keep the males away from you because he doesn't want someone like you reproducing such weak pups in his pack. I flinch from the brutal truth. Is that what he was saying this morning? To tell him if I interest any guy so he could put a stop to it. Making sure no one chooses to mate with me. Yeah, that rumor is true. I whisper sadly. He said that this morning. I confirm. Well, I think he's being a dick. Adam says, giving me a small one-arm hug. I smile as the teacher comes in to start class. After class, I walk down the halls. Some people whisper behind their hands and others openly laugh at me. I'm the joke. The pathetic weakling who the alpha doesn't want contaminating his or anyone else's gene pool. Hey there, I hear someone say and put their arm around me. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm your man. I see a pissed-off girl yell. What? I'm done with you. I want to know what a girl this small feels like. You in? Seriously. He looks me up and down, making me feel uncomfortable. No. I mutter. Come on, baby, he replies, pulling me closer and whispering in my ear. I promise you like it. Get off her. Adam orders, coming closer to us. Surprisingly, the guy listens and takes his arm off of me. Canaan. Didn't know she was spoken for. Well, she is so fuck off. Atkinson, Adam says, shoving him back. Why would you fight over this freak? A girl with a short skimpy skirt and too much makeup asks, disgusted. She's not yours. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilban. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. A guy walks over with his arms crossed, entering our circle. You want to bet? Brody. Adam argues, standing toe-to-toe with the guy named Brody. I do. Fuckface. She's mine. Both boys are the same height and weight. Brody has dark blonde hair with brown eyes and Adam has black hair and grey eyes. I see that both guys are shaking and about to fight. I walk up to them and try to wedge myself between them. I don't think this is something to fight about. I state, successfully getting in between them and pushing them away from each other. Don't touch him, Adam orders, picking me up and putting me behind him. I hear the punches and step back just as Adam takes Brody to the floor. The girl from earlier with the short skirt growls at me and her fist makes contact with the side of my face, knocking me down. I cut my cheek and she leans down. Stay away from Adam. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilban. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. She warns. Standing back up, I turn to see teachers breaking up the fight. Both boys are shaking and their faces are bloody. Strong arms wrap around me and lift me up. I look and see one of Adam's friends. Gio, helping me. You should have hit her back. He tells me. I think I was too stunned. I've never been hit before. I confess. How'd it feel? It fucking hurt. I mutter, stroking my jaw. He laughs. Come on. Let's go to class before they start handing out detentions. I nod and follow his lead. He stays by my side and I glance at him. Do we have English together? I ask. Yep. We have all the same classes. Oh, I reply, walking into class. Everyone stops talking and looks our way. I follow Gio to open seats in the middle of the classroom. I try my best to keep my head down, but I can still hear the whispers. She's such a slut. She tried to steal Adam from Lydia. I don't see why Brody would want her. She's not even pretty. The teacher comes and everyone stops talking. Emily, you need to go to the principal's office. Mrs. Scott. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nobel. Heartfelt thanks for your unfading patience, enthusiasm. I stand up hearing the giggles and seeing smug faces. I walk out of the classroom with my head down. In the front office I see Adam and Brody sitting in the chairs against the wall. Adam is icing an eye and Brody is holding toilet paper under his bleeding nose. I may be blonde, but it's clear these two are fighting about more than just me. A man in a suit comes out of the office. Seeing me, he nods. All three of you, come in. The boys stand up and wait for me to walk in. As soon as I pass, though, I hear them pushing each other, fighting to come in after me. Get in here now. The principal yells. I sit in the middle seat to keep them separated. Both boys plop down on either side of me, just as the principal turns to walk to his seat. Brody grabs my chair and pulls me closer to him, earning another growl from Adam, who tries to pull me closer to his side. I read the nameplate on the desk, ignoring them. Principal Jeffrey Evans. Unless you want to be expelled. I'd quit this ridiculous haze. Principal Evans warns. Both boys stop and he continues. All three of you are suspended for 3 days. I look at him shocked, but I didn't do anything. That's not what Lydia said. She said you hit her. He replies, to my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nobel. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. I didn't. She hit me. I correct him. Lydia has never hit anyone. You knew she wouldn't start trouble with you. You've pinned these two friends against each other and hit another student. You're lucky you're only getting 3 days. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nobel. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Enthusiasm juice I hit. I start to say. When the door slams open, I smell Alpha Heart enter the room. Principal Evans stands immediately bowing his head. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nobel. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. What is this? His deep voice echoing off the walls. These boys were fighting over Ms. Robinson. I suspended all of them for 3 days. He informs him. Why would you have to punish her? She hit another student. He explains. No, I didn't. I refute. Lydia lied. Emily didn't hit her. Lydia hit Emily. Adam states, glaring at principal. My daughter wouldn't lie. Alpha steps in front of me. Where did she hit you? My right jaw. I answer, hating the fact they have to talk to him. Standing over me, he cups the bottom of my chin and forces my head back to look at him. He inspects my jaw and looks up to the principal. Get your daughter in here. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nobel. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Principal Evans gets on the POS system and calls Lydia to his office. I told you to call me if you had any issues. Looking down at me. I don't have your number. I shrug. Not that I thought about calling him anyway. I programmed it in your phone. Oh. He finally releases my chin and addresses the boys. Why were you fighting over her? We disagreed on who would get her. Brody responds with a shrug. She's neither of yours. Stay away from her. He demands, and I feel my heart pain. I'm not good enough. I've never felt be so belittled in my entire life. In 2 days, this Alpha has made me into nothing. Lydia comes in the room smiling sweetly. Alpha Heart, why did you hit Emily? He demands to know. She was trying to steal Adam from me. She answers, looking at her feet. We aren't together. Lydia, We never were. Adam groans. I believe your daughter will get the 3-day suspension along with the boys. Emily, you can go back to class. I stand up, leaving the room gratefully. In class, I ignore the speculative glances and take notes. By the end of the day, I'm drained. I answer all of Elise's questions and go up to my bedroom. I collapse onto my bed and don't wake up until the following day. I haven't seen Alpha for 3 days. I was starting to think he was over his protective instincts until Elisa found out that he was out of town visiting a neighboring pack. I had seen Beta Holden a few times, but didn't realize he was my shadow until one day at lunch when a couple of girls started making snide remarks to me. I watched as Beta Holden walked over from the corner of the room and whispered a few words to them. They put their heads down and didn't look at me again. After school was over, I felt nothing but relief. Meeting Elisa at the car. She is wearing a smile as always. What's up with you? Smiling at her happiness, Mom and Dad are going back to see Alpha Reese. Why? I don't know. They didn't say. Mom just called when I was at lunch. She said you wouldn't answer your phone. My phone was off. This news is making you jump in your seat. Because, girls' night, she yells. I laugh. Girls' night. Who'd you invite? A few girls from my geometry class. Elizabeth Edwards, Sophie Stern and Leah Dixon. Leah's brother is 21, so she's bringing the beverages. Nice. When do Mom and Dad leave? They already left. We have all night. She squeals. Once we get home, Elisa opens a bottle of wine she stole from my parents after the move. They never even noticed it was missing. We pour a glass and end up finishing the bottle before any of the girls get to our house. We cook frozen pizzas and the doorbell rings. Elisa leaves to answer the door and comes back with all the girls. It's awkward at first. Then we all start drinking the vodka and wine Leah brought. 2 hours later, we are all singing and dancing in our underwear in the living room listening to Miley Cyrus, Wrecking Ball, tossing around the bottles. After Miley is done singing, I play Mac Miller's Watching Movies. I'll attempt to rap along. I'm doing pretty well until someone stops the music. Hey, why'd you stop the music? Taking a drink of my wine. They point behind me and I turn. Surprised, I spit out my drink all over him. He doesn't even blink. Chapter 4. I look at the red wine stains on Alpha Heart's white shirt. Fuck me. I'm in so much trouble. I'm so sorry. Loudly and wipe at the stains. He stands there with his arms crossed watching me. Panicking, I start to pull up his shirt, trying to take it off so I can put it in the dryer. He uncrosses his arms to make it easier on me, but he's too big. Take your shirt off and I'll dry it. To my agent extraordinaire, Mylan Nilben. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Apologetically, slowly he lifts up his shirt and I help him, pulling it all the way off. I run to the laundry room, throw it in the dryer and slam the door shut. Turning it on, I see one of my dad's clean white T-shirts and run back to the living room. The Alpha is standing where I left him. I see that the other girls have their heads down smirking. I bring the shirt to him and he looks at me. Unable to read his expression, I explain. It's my dad's. I hear a snort and laughing. I turn and see Elisa holding her stomach and the other girls are holding their hands over their mouths. What? That's not going to fit him, she points out, trying to keep it together. It stretches and breathes. I try to validate the stupidest thing I've ever done. I hold the shirt to his chest, noticing it's 3 sizes too small. This only makes Elisa laugh harder and fall to the ground. He doesn't have to wear it. I snap, throwing the shirt at her. Good, because it would look a lot like a condom, Beta Holden remarks, fighting a smile. To my agent extraordinaire, Mylan Nobel. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. It would be funny to see you try to dress him. Too, Red. Oh my God. I undressed you. I realize, horrified. I hear another body fall behind me. I am so happy they're enjoying this. I swear I didn't mean to. Elle, please, don't be mad at me. I'm not mad, but next time finish the job. He mutters at the same time Elisa stands up saying, Our parents are gone. You can't blame us for a little having a little fun. She pouts, I heard about your aunt. He replies, seriously? My aunt? I state. Confused. He nods. What about her? Still flustered about his earlier statement. The car accident. He clarifies. What? Why didn't my mom tell us? Why aren't we there? Shocked. I look at Elisa, who doesn't seem surprised about the news. You knew. I accuse. She's fine. Josie. She just has a broken arm and some cuts and bruises. Mom told me not to tell you because you're not allowed to leave the territory and I knew you'd leave and get in trouble. I was just trying to help you. Mad at Elisa, I don't respond to her. I leave the room and go back to the laundry room. I take out Alpha's stained white shirt. As I turn to go give it back, I run into him. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilben. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilben. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Holding out his nearly dry shirt. He takes it. I'll talk to Alpha Reese. Maybe your aunt can come visit here. I nod. Thank you. Then I remember what Elisa said about me not being able to leave the territory. Why can't I go see her? You can't because you're an unmarked female under 18. That's the reason. I question. Incredulously. That's so stupid. That along with the fact I'm claiming you on September 22nd. I don't want anyone getting to you before I do. My birthday. Stunned. Same day as the challenge. He replies. Nodding. Why ask? He stares until I start to get self-conscious. I want you. Simply. I look at him confused. So, all this isn't because I'm considered the weak link in your pack. Why would you think that? I come with the pack. You lift me in and out of your truck like I'm made of glass. You ordered me to tell you if anyone showed interest in me. The same morning someone told me it was because you didn't want me to mate and produce weak pups in your pack. I fell asleep at the park and it warranted a search of the territory. I didn't eat dinner and you made it seem like you had to make sure I ate breakfast. You left for 3 days and I was being watched by the beta. Is that enough? Frustrated, he steps closer, his eyes on mine. Yes, that's enough, he replies. I step back but he pulls me to him. His hand lifts to my face and his thumb traces my lips. Can we go back to drinking? Elisa yells from the living room. Ignoring her, I say. I can choose a mate before I'm 18. He leans down and whispers. His mouth brushing my ear. You wouldn't like what I'd do to him. I tense up. Is he threatening me? His eyes narrow on mine. I feel like he's trying to work something out on his head, so I stay quiet. Alpha Kyle hot. The fact that she brought up finding a mate before her birthday pisses me off. I didn't hesitate to tell her what would happen if she did. From the moment I saw her, I wanted her. She doesn't act like any of the other females in the pack. I never liked the attention I received and she definitely doesn't give me her attention. I'm used to walking into a room and turning on every female in it. When I came to take in their scents and faces, she spaced out and didn't bother hiding it. I thought it was a ploy. Her innocent eyes and the fact she didn't respond sexually to my touch or presence angered me. It still does. I've given her extra attention and I figured at some point she wouldn't be able to control her response to me. I was wrong. Whispering in her ear. Touching her lips and I smell nothing. Even when she was running her hands on my stomach trying to undress me, she was unresponsive. The other girls reeked of the lust I caused them to feel. I intend to make her want me. I just have to figure out how. Judging by the way she looks at me, she's not comfortable with my size. I can't help that part. But I need her to relax around me and not notice it so much. Realizing I'm still touching her lips, I lean down, placing my mouth on hers. It's an innocent kiss, but I still hear her gasp when I pull away. Don't drink any more tonight. I demand, putting my shirt on and walking back to Holden. He's standing bored in front of a room of half-naked drunk girls. Like me, he doesn't favor girls begging for attention. These girls are trying their best to get to him. But he's not having it. I walk past him to the door, not even glancing at the other girls, knowing he'll follow. I walk to my truck and get in. You went after her. But you didn't leave with her. I clench my jaw even tighter. I told her she's mine. What was her response? He questions. She said she could find a mate before her birthday. I was in that school 3 days. She got a lot of shit. The whole pack thinks you don't like her, that you're making her an outsider. Give her time to readjust. Now she knows you want her. Maybe it will make her more aware of you. I haven't gotten a sexual response from her. She's different. She won't fall at your feet without knowing you first. Strongly. Chapter 5. In the morning, I'm the only one without a hangover. Only because Kai ordered me to stop drinking. I go outside and sit on the front porch hearing the girls wake up gradually. Drinking my tea and honey, I watch the sky change colors and reflect on last night. Why would the Alpha want me? I hear the roar of an engine as it comes up our road. I see it's a red Jeep with the top off. The driver pulls in and parks. I notice he doesn't have a shirt on, just a pair of sunglasses and shorts. But I notice a small black sports car behind him. I don't know either of the guys. Maybe they're rides for Elisa's friends. Hey, want to go swimming? The guy in the Jeep asks. I look him over. Way too big and muscular. No way do I want to be alone with him. No thank you. The front door opens and Elisa, Elizabeth, Leah and Sophie come out. I can see they're wearing their swimsuits under their clothes. I guess they didn't want me to go with them. Elizabeth, tell your friend she has to come. You have to come. Go get your suit on. Elizabeth says. Bored. Not at all caring if I join them or not. I think I'll just stay here. Just come. Elisa yells, coming over to push me through the front door. Reluctantly, I walk to my room and change into my white bikini. I throw a long white tip-top dress over it and white flip-flops. I walk back outside and the guy in the Jeep jumps down, waving me over to the passenger side of the Jeep. He opens the door and I get in. Quietly, you're welcome, babe, he replies, smiling and shutting the door. He gets in and pulls out of the driveway after the little black car leaves. I silently wonder why no one else rode with us. I'm Tom. He introduces himself. Emily. I know. The whole pack is talking about you. Honestly, I groan. I really don't want to hear about more gossipy rumors. He laughs. Don't worry. I know bullshit lies when I hear them. Where are we going? To the falls. Why didn't anyone else ride with us? I only invited you. I look at him. He's a jock. I can tell, and a very cute one. Probably popular. He has thick arms and a broad torso. He's tall and very athletic. Football, I bet. Aren't they your friends? Yeah, but I just wanted it to be us. Why ask? Suspiciously. So we can get to know each other. Now, tell me about yourself. He encourages. I like to read. My favorite color is red and my sister is my best friend. How about you? I love football. Favorite color is blue and I'm challenging the Alpha 4 position this year. My head snaps his way. Are you crazy? He'll kill you. I point out. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Babe. He jokes and then adds more seriously. I need to try. I have Alpha blood and I want to run this territory. He's faster and stronger than anyone. He's never been taken to the ground. I know all about Alpha Heart. He's a legend. He took over at 18. How old are you? 21. Oh, I thought I went to school with you. You kind of do. I coached the football team. Couldn't you get in trouble for being out with a student? Do you play football? Smirking, clearly already knowing the answer. No, then it's fine. I can't show you any favoritism or proposition you. He replies with a wink. We pull off a paved road onto a bumpy trail. 5 minutes later, Tom stops the truck. I open the door and get out. There are 4 more trucks parked around us. How many people are going to be here? I walk over to Elisa, who is giving me the cold shoulder for some reason. What's up? As we walk through the woods. How was your drive? She whispers. I shrug. Are you mad that I came? No, I'm mad that he only wanted to be with you. She replies. Looking at Tom longingly, you like him? Oh yeah. Everyone likes him. He's different, but he's an idiot. You know he's challenging Kyle. Wait. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Noble. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Yeah. He told me on the ride here. You just called Alpha Heart. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Noble. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. She tells me, quietly, he told me too. She looks at me stunned. The night of the butt touch. I whisper. And you didn't tell me. She yells. I can't imagine what she'll do when I tell her he wants to claim me. I shrug. I didn't know it was a big deal until last night. What happened last night? She questions. Curiously. I stop walking and whisper in her ear that he's going to claim me on our birthday. What? She screams. I nod. I know. I was shocked too. We start walking again and come to the lake with a waterfall. It's beautiful. Elisa and I take off our dresses and jump in. The water is slightly cold but not uncomfortable. Why'd you ditch me? Babe. Tone asks, swimming over to us. Do you know my sister? Elisa. Evading the question. Nice to meet you. Elisa. Shaking her hand. Are you older than Emily? Yeah. By minutes. You're twins. Looking at me. I nod in response. You two are complete opposites. He replies. We get that a lot, so we don't say anything. Emily Robinson. Out of the water. Beta Holden. Yells, walking towards us. What the hell? I lift myself out and walk to the beta, who looks pretty angry. Are you trying to piss him off? Who, Kyle? Confused. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Noble. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. God, no. I don't want him mad. What did I do? You left your home with an unmated male for starters. Turning away. Let's go. Wait. Why does she have to go? Tom asks. Getting out of the water and coming towards us. Alpha Heart his plans to mock her. He replies. Seriously. I guess I have more than one reason to challenge him then. He responds, glaring at Beta Holden, who chuckles and shakes his head. You don't want to do that. You and everyone here knows how it will end. We'll see. Bye, babe. I'll be seeing you soon, bye. I'll see you at home, Elisa. She nods. I walk behind him all the way to an beat-up old truck. I love it instantly. It reminds me of a ranch truck I used to drive on my grandpa's land. Cool truck. Is it a 57 or 59? He looks at me and raises an eyebrow. What? Those 2 years are very similar. I respond. Defensively. He laughs. Are you joking? No, why? You think they're that different? The only thing that's possibly a tell is the tailgate, and I didn't see it. My grandpa always said, never trust a man with a clean truck. If it's not beat up, he's not a man. I guess I can't trust you. It's a 57. You know, I didn't understand why everyone was walking around with a hard-on for you. Now I'm starting to see your appeal. Yuck. Thanks. I guess. You're welcome. How mad is he? I question, nervously. Well, he wants to see you. So I guess you'll find out soon. He'd never hurt you. You don't have to be so scared of him. He never even yells. He remarks, smirking. Yeah. He just looks at you like he's looking through your soul. In my opinion, that's much worse. Sometimes, I want to touch him just to see if he's as cold as he looks. He's been out for 7 years. It's a lot of pressure. He takes his job seriously. Has he always been so serious? His dad raised him. He never had a nice thing to say to Kyle. I think I could count on one hand how many times I've seen him smile or laugh. Why does he want me? He should already be mated by now. I state, interested to know the reasoning. He doesn't like the reaction he gets from the other females. He's convinced they only want one thing, and that's position in the pack. I don't know why he chose you. You'll have to ask him. Was he hurt before? He looks at me like I'm stupid. No, he's never been hurt. He's just really good at reading people. I don't say anything else. I just get lost in my thoughts about Kyle. He really is attractive. I think if he ever smiled, I might have more of a reaction to him. But I can't even remember him so much as smirk. He's unreadable, and that's what's frightening. I never know what he's thinking. We pull up to Kyle's house and I get out of the truck, realizing I left everything back at the lake. I blush. I'm not really dressed to go talk to the alpha. He smiles and chuckles. He'll love it. Plus, it will soften him up a bit. Yeah, right. I mutter, following him into the house. Hey, what's your first name? Noticing I might want to know the name of my shadow, he answers and knocks on a set of double doors before he peeks his head in. I have your package. I even wrapped it. I hear him say. Jokingly. I scoff. What a jackass. He turns to me and nods for me to go in. I stick my tongue out at him and walk in. The door closes behind me and I jump, already feeling edgy. I keep my head down. Everything will be all right. Chapter 6. I keep my eyes down. As I walk forward a couple steps, I can feel myself starting to shake. It's not just me I'm worried about. What if he thinks Don was something more to me? Or blames Elisa? Closer, I hear him say, and I start crying. I cry into my hands not coming any closer. The fact that I'm going to start my period in a few days isn't helping my emotional stability right now. I feel his arms go around me, lifting me and cupping my bottom. My legs are wrapped around his torso as he carries me. He sits down in his desk chair and I straddle his lap. His fingers gently caress my back. I look up at him feeling stupid for crying. I hiccup. Why are you being nice? I thought you were mad. I am mad. What were you thinking? Coldly, I look down at my hands. I didn't want to be left out. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. I explain. You should have never left with an unmated male by yourself. He points out. I know that now. I didn't think anything of it before. I didn't even know him. I reply. Truthfully, it was just a ride. Don't do it again. He replies. Seriously. There's a knock on the door and I smell chocolate. Is that chocolate? Practically drooling. Come in. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Noble. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Kyle's facing the door and I'm still facing him on his lap. I look over my shoulder to see a tall blonde woman with long curly hair come in with a big smile and brownies. Her smile drops when she sees me. I must look like a mess. I wipe at my tear-stained face. She steps closer and I notice she's pretty with deep brown eyes and a perfect figure. She isn't dressed cantily, she's wearing a designer dress with wedge heels. She looks classy. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Noble. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. I made brownies for you, she says, sweetly putting them on the desk. She stands in front of us, not moving. I start to turn to get off his lap, feeling inappropriate, but his hands stop my hips from moving. At least let me turn and introduce myself. I mutter. He turns me in his lap until I'm facing Anna. Hi, I'm Emily. I lean forward as far as I can without standing up because Kyle's hands are holding me down. She takes my hand and shakes it. I'm Anna. I really like your outfit. I tell her. Honestly. She replies. Tersely. I like your bathing suit. I feel Kyle's thumbs pulling down the material of my suit bottoms, and without thinking I turn to the side and smack his hands. He keeps his head down but looks up smiling. I suck in a breath. His smile is like getting hit in the stomach, unexpected and painful. He's the most beautiful man I'd ever seen. His smile fades and he turns tense. Thank you. You can leave now. He dismisses. Anna abruptly. She nods and does what he asks. When the door closes, he brings the dish closer and offers them to me. People just bring you food. Amazed. While trying to control the feeling of butterflies in my stomach, yes. Wow, can you request Rice Krispie treats next time? I joke. Taking a brownie. I take a big bite, enjoying the chocolatey goodness. He picks up his phone and hits a button. I need Rice Krispie treats. he orders and slowly hangs up. Alpha Kyle Hart, I turned her on. I can smell her and all I want to do is throw her on my desk and take her. I smiled at her. Is that what did it? Or playing with her bikini bottoms? Did you really just order Rice Krispie treat? Just like that? She snaps her fingers. Her eyes bright. I nod. She leans forward trying to see the phone better. What else does it do? I laugh. Startled, she looks at me again. Her must get stronger makes phone calls. I reply. Huskily. She looks at me in a daze. I stare into her eyes and not being able to stand it a second longer, I cup the side on her face and kiss her. I turn her fully in my lap facing me and deepen the kiss. I take it slow. She moans and I feel my dominant wolf coming forward. My thinking clouds. My only thought is how badly I want her. I break the kiss. Nibbling down her neck. I suck on the skin just below her ear. She bends her neck to the side, moaning loudly. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilben. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. My canines extend, scraping her skin. There's a knock on the door which I would have ignored if it hadn't made Emily tense up and try to push me away. I growl loudly, glaring at the door. What? The door opens and Liam comes in. So the Robinsons are here to speak to you.